Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Copper Coins Coin Roll Hunt Reveal E269, a 1958D Fed Reserve of San Francisco roll. How's everybody doing today? Hope all is going well. I'm going to go back to drawing the chips ahead of time. There it is, coin number 40. That way I don't forget. Wait for a couple of people to get in here and I'll open this roll. You can see that I have had this roll for a long time. It was originally priced $2. Let's see what it says. My collection 5784. So the person bought this and I bought it from in 1984. Otis, welcome. So I'm going to go ahead and start opening this. It is taped on both ends. So we'll have to work on getting that out too. Dan McCumber, welcome. I think I'm going to need a razor knife on this one. It's taped pretty well. There's one end. Coins look pretty good. Lots of packages on the way to people. There are a few here still that I probably won't send out until, well, I definitely won't send out until Monday. Carlos Lowry. We pretty much only do pennies. Every once in a while we stray away and do something else. I personally collect everything, but my specialty is definitely pennies. Still in Albertsons. Oh. I always liked Albertsons. There's none left in Florida as far as I know. I'm pretty sure that Publix bought them out here. You can. I can try to answer it. I mean, if it's about something besides pennies, I don't know how much I'll be able to help you, but I can certainly try. All right, we are off to the races with the first coin going to Taco John. Let's see what we have. There are a couple of double die obverses. Not any double die reverses that I know of. So we're going to look at about the first 10. And then move on from there. Otis, welcome. Oh, I said hello to you. Boy, the memory's the first thing to go. Vincent, welcome. And the first coin is normal. All right, well, number one, there is very few people that actually know a lot about errors. Number two, a lot of people are trying to get answers from a blurry, not real good picture, and it's just difficult to tell. There's a little die crack on the head, and You know, a lot of them should probably be seen in hand, unless you're talking about like a broad stripe or a broad strike or a cap dye, lamination peel, stuff like that. It can be difficult just diagnosing it through a picture. But number one, there's a lot of people that don't know what they're talking about. When it comes to errors, I would definitely not consider myself an expert, but I'm still learning, and I have no problem learning. It wasn't here as of this morning, Doug, but I haven't got mail yet today. Eric Math, welcome. My best advice with errors would be to probably try to post it in Coin Q&A. There are a couple people in there that really are pretty bright with errors. If Chuck was here, Chuck is the guy that I work with that owns Copper Coins. He is Copper Coins. He would know. He is like a walking encyclopedia. But my main specialty is repunched mint marks. So besides repunched mint marks and doubled dies now, I tend not to try and answer it unless I know the answer. Yes. Yep. They are quite bright. Paula is good. Adam Chambers is good. Amanda, she is really good with errors. Blue Ridge is pretty good with errors. Then you get Chuck. He's great with errors. Ken Potter knows his errors. Mike Diamond. Let me think of some others. And there are others. Yeah, Chuck is Santa Claus. When it comes to the Lincoln Cents, there's probably nobody that knows as much about Lincoln Cents as Chuck Daughtry. That is for sure. Coin number 6. Another expert would be Fred Weinberg. He's retired, though, and getting a question to him would be impossible, most likely. There's a very minor split lower serif, and something tells me this is listed by the die abrasion right at the bottom of the bust. So let me take a peek. We're going to go in. It's very minor. Let me get my cheat sheet up here. And we're going to start at the back page and work forward. Oh, no way could it be the first one. Nope. That is too far to the east. Too far east or west. That is close. See if it's got the mark on the neck. It does not. Oh, that would be easy if it had that. Does not. So we will move on from this one. Check in the 90s. Could be this one. Nope. This one is probably going to need a little further investigation. As of right now, I don't see it. It's too far west. No, no. I don't. Oh, let's check this one. Nope, not that one. All right, this is the last page, and I don't see it. So I am going to just pull this aside and look at it later. Live coin Q&A, Carlos. And like in Facebook, one of the biggest problems with asking about an error in Facebook is chances are you're going to get 10 different answers. So you have to be diligent and not be afraid to take the answers and actually do a little bit of research on them and see what they look like and what they are. Yeah, live coin Q&A is pretty good when it comes to errors. You're always welcome to send pictures to me at eric@coppercoins.com. But like I said, I am not pretending to be the know-all of errors. Coin number 7 goes to Dan. All right, now that's a good one there. Let's see if we can't get this. All right, we got a little right there. Let's see if we can enhance that a little bit by turning the coin. So let's see. Yeah, that unfortunately, Carlos, on Facebook, that's what you're going to get. Send me a picture. If it's a die chip, it should definitely be something that shouldn't be too hard. So let's see what we got here. This one should be pretty easy to find, I would hope. Get a different page up here so I can look at multiple thumbnails. I don't buy that being that. D over D East. Buy it being that one though. That should be it. RPM number 8. Open another page up here. right, let's see. Copper coin or Copper Owl coins. Welcome, Anthony. How are you today? Have you found anything on the 2024's Copper Owl? All right, we'll go here and double check it with Copper Coins listing of 8. Definitely 8. So Dan gets a number 8. I might want to buy this one for me too, Dan. Oh, what am I doing? The coin is still under there. I did that wrong. I get a note. Next coin is for Paul. Oh, there's another one. So it wouldn't have mattered. Yay. So this could turn out to be a good roll here. Let me look and double check because this one doesn't have the one marker. So let's get more. Let's see. Ah, that would be a good one. And that's there. Let's flip it over and look at the reverse. This is different. Different markers. That marker's there though. All right, there's the marker I was looking for. I just couldn't see it before. It's this die scratch right here. So another RPM number 8. That is not a terribly common one. What's a good source to buy OBW rolls? Well, Copper Coins Auction can be. A local coin shop. eBay's a crapshoot unless you know the dealer that you're buying from. Your best bet is to actually kind of make friends with a coin dealer that buys like estate collections. That is the best bet. That's how I get probably 90% is there is dealers that I have bought from for 25 years, and when they get pennies, they just basically mail them to me. Next coin is for Farm Dog. Get this toned down. There we go. Beautiful weather down here in Florida this weekend. Plan on maybe grilling some burgers and making some macaroni salad after I'm done. I do have a 53S OBW roll. And like Eric, there's another one is just like an estate sale. I bought those rolls at an estate sale and they didn't have a whole lot. And it's the second time that I've actually bought some decent rolls from an estate sale. So that's another thing, but it takes a lot of time just to walk through and find nothing. You rarely find coins at walk-in estate sales. Yeah, there is at least one double die reverse copper owl that I have seen. I have looked at a lot of 2024s that claim to be DDOs and DDRs, and I've only seen one that I would actually say is. And it is doubling on the designer initials. But still look at everything. It is early in the year, and I'm sure there'll be some. What is local for you, Eric? Oh, you're in the Catskills. That's right. Another 1mm 8 for Jordan. You can see it very clearly right there. And then coming down the front right there. And then there's the marker for it. Kingston, New York. There should be some decent coin shops. I mean, it may be a little drive, but something like that isn't something that you check every day. When you go to build a relationship with a real good coin shop, you might go in and say, "Hey, you got any cent rolls?" And when he says, "Yeah," and there's another one. Then you say, "What do you have?" And my best advice then is take the bad with the good. If he's got some good rolls like 60D, and then he's got a bunch of 75 or something like that, you just say, "How much for everything?" I know that is how I built a rapport with most of the coin dealers. Is it's easy for them. So when they actually look for stuff for me, because they know that they don't even have to do nothing. They buy it, they tack a little bit on top of it, and then they just send it to me. Robert Bruce, welcome. Next coin is for Mark. So this is a pretty stout roll. That is a difficult RPM to find. Yep. But it takes time. Like I say, some of these people, I had a guy send me a box of rolls, 2009D penny rolls, like 400 of them. And they just showed up. And I had not heard from that fella in probably 8 years. And he has since moved and just got back into the coins, but he had my address and he was just like, "Hey, you still in?" And I was like, "Yep." 57D, 59D roll. Those are great rolls to search if you got one. If you got them. Uh, 59. As a matter of fact, there's some of my favorite rolls to search. There we go. Another RPM. See it right there. D over D Northeast. It should be. D over D Northeast. That one's for Taco John. I think he was... No, we got Dan, Paul, Roger, Jordan. 5 different people so far. And even when I owned my business, while I didn't have an actual storefront, I did have kind of a shop. It was set up in a garage that was set up as a studio type. And when I did that, they used to come and I would say, I'd buy everything, even they'd have that big bucket of change. I would just pay them face value for the change. But there's a lot of coin dealers out there that say, hey, I want this and this and this, but you can take the rest of the bank. Well, that's going to cause that guy some inconvenience, so he might be more apt to sell to somebody if you say, yeah, I'll just buy everything, even the stuff that has to go to the bank. And there ultimately is enough to go around, Doug. I can't imagine if something happens to me before I make plans about the coin rolls that I have. You know, that's going to be a monumental task. There is not a lot of coin dealers out there that would be willing to put out that much cash even at face value without there being some extra good. There's another D over RPM number 8 right there. This is awesome. Coin 22 for Carl. I do that for what I have found in like my collection. I don't consider the rolls I have. This is the one minor RPM with that big gouge or die blemish. We'll go around and see if there's any other blemish on this. I'll make it easy for you, Robert. They're not worth sending out to be graded. By the time you pay all the grading fees and everything, if they get a good grade, chances are they'll be worth barely more than what you have into them. Definitely going to need a recap after this one, Doug. Coin 23 goes to Stan. I mean, for anything like a 49p, I think if you get a 67 or 67 plus, it's worth big money. A 45D, I think, has to be a 68 to be worth big money. And that's a tough grade to get. The coin can look brand new to the average person and only get a 63 or 64. You really have to train yourself about the design of the coin. And it takes these people that grade a lot of coins, they really know where all the high spots are. Like here, it's usually right here on the jaw, or on the top of the jaw, on the chin, on the top of the shoulder. These are high spots on the coin. And when you flip the coin, this is another RPM, Northeast, number 8. And when you flip the coin, where the high spots are, there is a very good chance of weak strike, which would be like right here where the O is. Right in the middle, basically where America is. And that's where you see the weak strikes. Grading is a tough thing to do. It is easy to get close to breaking even. And that's if you can sell the stuff. But people that are real good at it, there's another one. All right. Paul Hampton. People that are good at it, they're shooting for the stars. They're spending a lot of money to get the big hit. Next coin is for Sireg. I have graded coins and I'm decent at it, but I don't play with anything. I've graded recently 3 coins in the last 2 or 3 years. And they're all coins that I literally paid $1 for, and I know that they're worth $350, $400. Absolutely. Absolutely, Eric. Everything in this hobby is subjective. There is a lot of stuff, a lot of people that, the thing is there's different grading standards. Like when they started grading coins, the ANA came out with a grading standard. Then they came out with ANAX, which was a grading company that used the ANA grading standards. Then they the grading companies kind of deviated away from that. And there's a lot of eye appeal and other stuff. They don't spend a whole lot of time on a coin. Another one of the RPM number 8. And they don't spend a lot of time on the coin. And like a lot of graders, I mean, that goes into the toolkit that I was talking about. To, like, if you're searching coins, you should have a nice pad like this one right here. It's like a quilted pad to put the coins on. You should have flip inserts or 2x2s that you know are safe for the coin. You should have multiple magnifiers, 7, 10, 14, even like a magnifying glass. Graders don't use a lot of magnification. When you start getting into 10x, you start seeing stuff on the coins. Like when we look at this coin right here. Oh, there's another RPM. You see like those little concentric die scratches right here. When I look at this coin, let's see if I see them at under 10x. I got a 10x loop right here. You can barely see it under 10x. And if you look at it, you can't see it looking at it. And a lot of people who grade coins, they don't put much magnification. They put one of those little lighted magnifiers on it. And it might be 2 or 3 times magnification. But you should have stuff like that in your kit. That goes for people who search for double dies and stuff. Another one, wow. Don't just depend on your microscope. I mean, the first thing I did when we found these is I grabbed the coin. I got the loop that is my favorite loop and took a quick look at it. Because what you see through the loop is different than what you see on the magnifier or on the computer. Especially the endoscope type microscopes, the cheaper ones, they tend to not show depth. Got some machine doubling on this one outside the 8. Yeah, hopefully I get one because I actually have 3 spots in this roll, but I don't think I got one yet. Nice. Nice, Eric. That's a real nice one if it's the one I think. You do, Robert. You need to get a jeweler's loop, and you can buy a cheap one. Buy a cheap. I think they've got for $10 you can get a cheap 10x triplet. Definitely get a 10x triplet. And I would get a magnifier that would be one that you could buy right in like CVS or Walgreens or something. That just like a magnifying glass that has a little light that's a little smaller than like a big magnifying glass. You need one of those. That's what you would want to look at for grading a coin. You don't need a 10x loop to grade a coin. See, like right here, you see how it's really weakly struck on E pluribus. If you flip that over, that is the high spot right here. So it takes all the metal that's on the planchet to fill this hole, and so it's not struck hard enough, and it doesn't fill up the back part or the reverse die. The thing about that, you always look, Robert, but there's like between 2 and 4 of those known to exist. And the chances of you hitting the Powerball are probably better than finding that coin. I do know that one was found in Illinois within the last couple years. That was the last information I heard on an actual verified 82D small date copper. Next coin is for Crispy. Yeah, if you think you have one, I would go to a reputable coin shop and show it and have them look at it. And a real reputable coin shop will have a RF gun, and there will be no arguing with it whether it's copper or not, because he'll just zap it and it'll tell him what is all the way through that coin. We all still look. That's right, Eric. That's why I mean, my number one email that I get through all of this is, I have a 1982D small date copper. And that's usually it. They don't send a picture. They don't send a weight. They don't send anything. And when I get them with a picture or a weight, they are usually 3 grams, but they're usually obviously plated, that they're usually zinc plated, because you can see zinc bubbles and stuff like that on them. Or they're large dates. And when you tell somebody that they have a large date, they usually don't take it well. But that's the number one question that I get personally through my Copper Coins email. And I have never seen one yet. And I literally probably get 50 a week. And that's being on the light side. That and the 2, one is flat and one is curved. And we got another RPM 8. So this roll was smoking. Matter of fact, the easiest way for me to tell is the 2. The 2 is a dead giveaway. And he gets in. I think Paul got 3 of these. Yeah, definitely going to have to do a recap on this roll. Next coin is for Dan. Sissy, welcome. And this is the real minor one that I'll have to look into. It's got the die depression. Finding lots of good stuff in this roll, Sissy. Coin 42 is for Sireg. We are finding a bunch of, here's another one. RPM number 8. Since you just come, I'll go in. It's a D over D northeast. And that's it right there. Oh, I love doing them, Eric. It's my pleasure, but I love searching coins. It's what I do all day. And we got another RPM. This roll's crazy. There it is. Well, that's kind of why I'm here, Robert, is I want to try to make everything as easy as possible for people because there's a lot of misinformation out there. And there's another one of that little minor RPM. Now every coin's an RPM. It's very easy to tell, but you can see just on the bottom serif. Malcolm, how are you today? How are things going for you? I'm not sure that's an accurate way, but I'm not sure I'm understanding what you're saying. But I'll kind of show you. And let's say another RPM number 8. You're making a 2 that would go, the large date would come down and go like this. The small date goes like this and then curls down and over. And I actually might have set, let's see. That's 74. So I don't think I have a large and small date on my desk right now. But give me a second and I'll run and get one and we'll show you at the end. Another RPM number 8. Wow. I think Parvis and Jordan have got 4 between the two of them. Coin 47 for Roger. And another one of the little RPMs. I found one that is close. I'll have to do some overlays and stuff like that with the software. I will be doing a 53S roll probably about 10 minutes after I'm done broadcasting this broadcast. I'm going to go through and look at the 25 or so coins that are non-variety coins to make sure I didn't plop one in there. Next coin is for Mark. And he gets one of the minor RPMs. Well, now the minor RPMs are coming in. And the final coin of this roll is for me. I think I got skunked in this roll. So I might have to buy one of those off of somebody who got many. But here is the roll. And they go to Dan, Paul, Roger, Jordan, Taco John, Parvis, Dan, Paul, Mickey, Jordan, Roger, Sissy, Taco John, Stan, Paul, Searig, Farm Dog, Mickey, and Jordan. It depends on the coin, Ronald, and it's Monday at 7 o'clock. I don't think Chuck is selling rolls this week. We're not sure yet, but I will be selling 4 rolls. I'm not sure of the rolls. One will be a 2004 roll, and that'll be $1 a spot. Let me go get a 82D or 82 small date and large date. Alrighty. This is a small date. And the way you tell a small date from a large date is the two. It comes over, it loops, and it's got a hoop right here, a curve. The large date has no curve. It goes the loop and then straight and then straight. So that is how the difference between a large and small date. Not to mention the digits are larger on a large date. But the 2 is the way to tell it. Well, that's okay. You got a credit, Dan. Oh, coin number 40. The inside, it is not. It is not. And the giveaway was for Paul. Coin number 40. I did start drawing the chip again because I kept forgetting. And at least this one, I look at the chip before I log off. So anyways, I want to thank everybody for joining me. And I will be back in probably around 2 o'clock with the next roll, which is this roll. Nope, not that roll. A 1953S. We did a roll like this, but it had a lighter wrapper. And it was a sweet roll. But we're going to do this one next. So I hope to see everybody there. So about 10 minutes, I'll see everybody again. Hit that like button on the way out. I'd surely appreciate it. We'll talk to y'all later. What do I email you or no? Come to the show, Ronald, at 7 o'clock. If your name is in blue, you're already registered. So that's all you have to do is show up at 7 o'clock Monday at 7 o'clock Eastern, and you'll be able to get into rolls if you want to. Anyways, I'll see everybody in about 10 minutes. I'll talk to you later.